sometimes people will ask like, how, man, how do you do this? Like when it comes to being like dialed in on how I eat, the working out over the years, I made it no matter what. I'm gonna try to get some type of workout in, and I'm gonna try to make the best decisions because my health is my priority, right? Things like that. How did you lock in? Like when I was like full-time student for my last 8 years in the Navy, it was like, how? And I think when people ask these questions, they want like a specific answer to, so they can kind of, there's no compromise in what they need to remove. It's just like a thing, right? But I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm an addict. I am. I'm an addict. I have a real addictive personality. And I know that about myself. I think I'm just saying it out loud. Like those words are coming out of my face because I think, people can relate. It's just on social media, right? You're supposed to paint everything as always rosy and, people like to post the highest of the highs, even down to a selfie. I'm an addict. I am. I know that. I owned it. So where the switch came and the discipline and the commitment and all that other stuff came is when I knew what was harmful to me. I knew that what was downright slowly killing me. Real. I knew the things that I was doing, what I was drinking, how I was behaving, it would alter my personality. It would pull me away from good relationships, like friendship, just stuff like that. So I said, okay, well, how can I take my discipline and commitment towards these things that I know that are bad and switch it over to the things that I should be doing? And that's what I had worked on. And it wasn't an overnight thing. It wasn't a switch that I hit, but I knew. And we tend to know. I think it got bad when I knew I was about to go to Afghanistan, a freaking combat zone for over a year. And I wasn't thinking about, man, you can go out here, people out here dying. I was thinking about, man, how am I going to drink? Really? How am I going to drink? Do they got liquor store? Like it was like processing that over the years, how bad, it was eye-opening for me. So yeah, when people ask, yeah, I'm an addict. So with that being said, the things that I'm addicted to now, it's not always the healthiest how I approach it. Like I lock in, I get real focused. Right now, for example, right? Back's acting weird. Sometimes you can just blink wrong. And my back is spasm out. So I got that going on. And because I know it's time for me to see my chiropractor, I'm starting to get these headaches. I'm still going to go do the stairs. That's the addict in me, right? I know my girl yesterday was just, she'll just be like, you okay? And I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And I'll go through my process, take my cold shower, do my stretches, and I feel a little bit better. That's part of it. But you got to think, like when I was drinking like I was drinking, eating like I was eating, doing what I was doing, I was going to do that stuff no matter what. I would leave an appointment with my doctor. In the Navy, you got to do, it's like a birth month recall. Like every year you got to go get your annual. And I knew what she was telling me, and I knew that things were bad, but I would leave there, especially if it was a Friday, and I would go drink. This lady just told me that my blood pressure was high, my cholesterol, everything was all messed up. I'm not taking the medication. She's saying in a nice way that I should be checking that. I'm like, yeah. And I'm calling, and I'm just like, yo, what we doing? We drinking tonight? So yeah, I'm an addict. When it comes to the education, yeah, I was an addict. In my head, in my odd way of thinking, yeah, I was an addict when it comes to that free education. But man, if you was giving out free vodka, or when I was drinking Crown Royal or Hennessy, if you was giving me that for free, you don't think I was gonna take it? I was gonna take the free 3 Jumbo Jacks with cheese and those Jack in the Box tacos or those Whoppers for free? So I took the education. Now the process leading to that, being a single dad, co-parent, and going back and forth on deployment, having to deal with just life in general, still trying to push through. I'm kind of glad that addictive personality in the end game came into alignment, but it still was tough, and it still was, it wasn't the healthiest at times. Now I'm not somebody like, I had a process down, so I'm not like Man, I stayed up all these sleepless nights and but I would lock in. I would. And if I didn't get it done, it would throw my psyche, out of place. I didn't really like it. You know, I think we all, well, some of us, not all. I can't make some sweeping generalization about anybody, but I think a lot of us do tend to have addictive personalities. But there's a lot of frustration. There's some embarrassment in there, right? There's disappointment in ourselves. And sometimes when we're disappointed in ourselves and we're frustrated with what we're doing, we tend to project. And then we like to get in these safe space, these movements, these groups with people that they think just like us, and it's just a bunch of and there's no action, there's no execution. Because when you're not in that group, and when you're looking in the mirror, or you're looking on that scale, or you're looking at your resume, you know what you want to do. And I can't give anybody the information on how to switch it, but I can tell you I was just tired of being who I was. Right? Everywhere you turn, every situation you see, every time you see somebody doing something you think you want to do, and you know that it's accessible and you know that you can, but you don't, it was shaving years off of my life. That's the way I see it. It was very exhausting and tiring. And I'm glad I'm not like that, because then I think about what's going on now in the world. And if I have to deal with what's going on in the world and then how I'm treating myself, what do you think that's going to do to you mentally, emotionally? Like it's real big on like mental health awareness right now. But for me, and I can't speak for anybody else, a lot of it was self-inflicted because of my addictive personality and because I was just choosing to be addicted to things that were very harmful to me. So now I don't. Like for example, right, I just posted I'm about to have like a cheat day. Today I'm just not going to really track anything. I'm still going to go do the stairs, but I'm so kind of locked into how I eat. And it's not that I'm just diet strict person. I just know that the old addictive personality version of myself would have pursued a cheat day that was just going to be the worst. I'm going to eat this crap that was going to have me feeling like crap right after I ate it. Right? Just have me all lethargic and tired and probably sitting on that toilet. So I'm gonna eat the healthier alternative snacks, which they're not always the best, but protein donuts is better than regular donuts. So I'm gonna eat that because I'm addicted to those. I'm just playing to my strengths, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, ask yourself this. Don't you want to go? I think a lot of us tend to want whatever it is we're talking about because it can be pretty frustrating and irritating seeing people around you, achieve these things that you know you could. And in your inner thoughts are telling you what you need to do and you're not willing to change. And it's just cool to say and complain why you not able to do it because of this, and this, when you know the truth. So yeah, my name is Michael Brantley. Sometimes Dr. Michael Brantley, and I'm an addict.